Hello, and welcome everybody to Three Kobolds Gaming, where we continue our Heroes of Absalom campaign, playing
Hey
through
yo!
Pathfinder 2nd Edition's Agents of Edgewatch adventure path. Thank you all so much for joining me and my friends here once more.
Yee.
We've got quite a bit of story to tell tonight. But before we jump into
Great, you
that,
say.
I just wanted to check in with you guys because, well, I love hearing your feedback on the terrible things that I subject your characters to. So please, thoughts, opinions, questions, queries?
How hard has it been to modify the adventure?
That's a really good question. Um, I mentioned it when we started the campaign, and a few times since then. But this entire adventure path is framed around the idea that the characters would actually be playing as Edgewatch agents, which is the guards of the Precipice Quarter. And when we started this stream, it was during the heights of the Black Lives Matter movement in what was that, 2019?
Summer of 2020.
2020. And so the majority of us being white persons, majority, we didn't want to tell a story, even a fantasy story, from that point of view. It's been difficult at times because you always want that narrative verisimilitude, as one might say.
Oh, as some might say.
As some might
Ooh,
say.
I got shivers when you said that.
And when you're telling a story, you always strive for it to make sense. And so a lot of the dungeons and things like that's easy. That doesn't have to change. A lot of the changes that I've made have been to the narrative structure. And, I don't want to tell you exactly what those are because that doesn't matter, right? But a lot of the narrative outside of the locations, outside of the sets, has been changed. It's just kind of how it goes.
You mean like the impact that our actions are making on the rest of the world, like the ripple effects? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, I mean, there's some of that. By this point in the story, according to Paizo, you all should be known faces, and that is clearly not what the group is at this point in the campaign, right?
I'm so thankful that they don't know most of our faces.
Yeah.
That's a vigilante.
A lot of our faces are either very secret or really scary. So I'm pretty happy about that.
Or really handsome.
And yeah.
Or just gorgeous.
And one benefit that sticking to the structure they provide gives you is that when you lose a character, you can always just be another person on the force who steps up to take their place. And we don't have that kind of easy narrative, I don't want to say cop-out, but that narrative avenue.
You don't want to say what?
Don't do it, Ben. I saw the same thing. Don't you do it. Keep it to yourself.
Cop-out is too loaded of a term, but it is a very easy explanation for why a new person is suddenly showing up. And we don't have bad access,
But it's funny because the original campaign is
cop-out. Yeah, that's good.
There you go. Wow,
So
he
sick
actually needed the
He
joke.
actually didn't get it. Yeah, he didn't hear it at first. Yeah.
Really?
That's too funny.
And then he said "cop out" is too loaded of a term. I wanted to point that one out too, but yikes.
Ben really shooting from the hip these days.
I am regretting asking this question in the first place.
I would like Ben to start off with an extra hero point.
No, I mean I think you've done a bang up job. Seriously, it's been very very good and seamless. There's really not been a point in which I was like, oh, this feels like it's really obvious that this is supposed to be a thing that you're not doing or that it's been ham-fisted. So kudos to you for sure.
I've also added.
I assumed all of this stuff about Twinkle Toes was in the original campaign module. So
well, I was gonna say I've also
just playing a pre-written character from the adventure, so it makes sense. It's already in there.
I've added a lot that has nothing to do with the narrative structure too. Like,
right.
I've added your stereotypical side quests and things like that would be in a game anyway.
Right, of course.
And so, just like a lot of the pre-written stuff, like it's also been easy because you guys have done a really good job of incorporating ties into Absalom to expound upon those. Like, at no point in the AP do they say, all right, so what you're going to need to do is make the Copper Hand have a vendetta against one of your players. Like,
Sure.
But because of Emily Grace's phenomenal backstory, I was like, this works perfectly. It would make sense, and it adds more to the Copper Hand, besides being like the second chapter of the second book, and then they're kind of thrown away because you've dealt with them. That's clearly not the case, and you all still very much have the living threat of Fayati or Feliz looming over your heads, as demonstrated by her kidnapping of Bastro.
Not just kidnapping.
What?
More than kidnapping.
Well, Feliz kidnaps him. Who knows who actually did
No,
the things to him.
Did what happened to Bastro, but...
So,
yeah.
I guess to address that, there are a number of ways that you could do it. I will say, Paizo did put out a little bit of a snippet of some ideas to reframe it,
right?
but it is very surface level. If anybody is interested in doing that, it's going to take some work.
I think they wanted to probably avoid telling you how to switch over like major campaign threads, because like once you get to book 3, like the adventure is your own. Like you need to change it for what's going to work for your group. You know what I mean?
Sure, that is definitely the case, but there are very heavy themes that run through all of the books because of that framing. But again, a lot of the set pieces, a lot of the events that are going on, everything is happening regardless of whether or not you're guards, right? So it's more of framing why you all care about it instead of why things are happening.
Which is just as much on the players as it is on the GM.
Right.
Like your character needs to be involved in the story in any capacity at all. So
Yep.
Any other comments about the horrifying spider monstrosity that is currently assaulting you with magic?
Nah, I just want to kill it and get my youth back.
Oh yeah, you're old.
I'm old right now.
You are old. Oh my god.
She's middle-aged. She's not old.
I have a thing of cookies here because I'm just so hungry.
It's unfortunate that those cookies will not sate your hunger. I think that's actually a good segue there. You all continued your search for Bastro. Again, we skipped a scene. I still have a pin in that. We're going to come back to it. It's just a fluff scene, and I don't mind saying that, right? Because we already made the assumption that you all get the information you need. But eventually we'll go to the the Den of Lost Coins to meet the Harlequin. And
bonus content.
Yeah, sure.
On the Patreon that doesn't exist.
And get the information that you need to find the location of the Seer's laboratory. You all go there, you all find Bastro. You find Bastro has been changed very significantly.
Same old Bastro. No big
regular Bastro.
Talks to his bird now.
All the Seer did was take the illusion that was off of Bastro off, and you're seeing the real Bastro now. Bastro, very, very different, very changed, strapped up to some kind of arcane, techno-arcane, alchemical monstrosity of a table. Tubes and things protruding. You pull him off. He has a little bit of a meltdown. You all enter the next room to find a variety of aberrations that are displayed around a symbol you all now know to be the symbol of the skin saw aspect of Norgorber. And as you are taking care of those things, one, you realize that they explode upon death. Fortunately, you all managed to avoid the brunt of that. But as those things are being destroyed, a large half spider, half humanoid monstrosity kind of exits out of its webbed lair in the corner. And we're gonna bop on over to the map.
I love bopping over to maps. Is any more fun than bopping over to maps?
I do love
pulling over the maps.
Oh, quick announcement. Our YouTube channel. We have 2 new episodes on our YouTube channel of Jack's run of Lion
Dinner
Lodge.
at Lion
Dinner at
Lodge.
Lion Lodge.
Oh, which was so fun.
So go and check that out. Get to see some of Jack's DMing, something that I am fortunate enough to get a regular dose of, but you all should check it out as well.
And our first YouTube content that features a guest appearance from none other than Molly. That's the first time we post on the YouTube that has something that's not just the 5 of us. So.
Yes. Really, really good stuff over there. So go check that out. Go subscribe. Go do all the things as I bring up our map. Second announcement, next week we'll be also doing a side adventure. We'll be running Headshot the Rot, a 4 gunslinger one-shot party next week because Jack decided that the beach was more important. So here we are.
Also, just I can't get over that. It would be technically a 4-shot, not a 1-shot.
You're also assuming that each character only has 1 gun. So
correct.
If I have less than 4 guns, I'm gonna be upset about it.
Maybe you guys are all a cannon crew and you have 1 big gun.
1 giant gun amongst us.
It's the 4 of you carrying around a big cannon.
All right.
There's an archetype for that.
There is.
Yeah.
But the only archetype you all need to worry about is the archetype of your backup characters after this fight. So if you will adjust your attention, we have this lovely creature right here. This
this thing.
half spider humanoid
Terrifying.
monstrosity who is apparently very adept at casting spells because he has cast a spell on 3 of you.
Do we know this is the seer, or do we assume this is the seer?
I don't know. None of you have decided to recall knowledge, so
We don't know that this is the seer. Okay.
yes. This creature casts a spell on Twinkletoes that seemed to instantaneously age her like 2 decades, and she feels the effects on her body as she becomes less dexterous, less strong. He casts a spell on Oski that seems to like empty his stomach. He becomes ravenously hungry, and he will take damage as if starved for an undetermined amount of time until the spell effect ends or is removed. Each day he will take non-healable points of damage. So that's not a problem. That's not a problem.
I like that.
He casts a spell on Kashak. Kashak did save, so he doesn't know what the effects are yet. But the last thing we left off on was this creature expelling poisonous gas into Twinkletoes' face. You succeeded, which means you took less damage, but you do still have persistent acid damage. As your
It's
lungs...
poison damage, you said.
I might have said poison, it's acid.
Okay.
Well, now I don't know what to do.
I
you could
prepared
always-
for acid, William.
You could always
Or
just
poison.
leave. Just get out of this guy's house.
So confused right now.
It is. As of this point right now, he'll actually take his 3rd action because I kind of skipped over that part. And he
No.
Oh.
just waves his hand in a shimmering purple, like floating translucent barrier just kind of emerges in front of him.
Oh.
Gross.
Oski, it is your turn.
A little limited wish on his 3rd action.
Yes. If you could cast Limited Wish, you all would not be here anymore. Oski.
Alright, so just a reminder for the things around me. This little red circle is a torch that's on the ground, and then the yellow aura around me is my Dread Marshal aura. So if you're within this aura, you get a +2 to any damage.
I believe we can see the aura. However, we know what 20 feet is, right? So it's 20 feet.
No one can see the aura?
I can, and the stream can.
But y'all can't? Oh.
It's a
I would
thing
have
will
to
at
give
this
them.
age.
I would
That's
have
fine.
to give them access to your character.
It's
Or your
20
token.
feet. It's 20 feet.
Within,
It's 20 feet.
Yeah, 20 feet. If you're within 20 feet of me, so that's everyone except Kashak right now.
That's fine.
Currently, until I move. But Will, Oski,
Yes.
looking at the web that this creature is in, does it look like if I step on the web anywhere, that would be difficult terrain, hard to move in, or?
You can always try.
Don't like that answer.
I mean, if you want to spend an action trying to recall knowledge, you're more than welcome to. It looks like very thick spider webbing, so take from that what you will.
Yeah. That's so annoying. I mean, to have to move twice to get up to it. Yeah, Oski's not recalling any knowledge. He's got his tentacles out. His glutton's jaws are out. So he's gonna go 5, 10, 15, or is that 20?
5, 10, 50, yeah, 15. Yeah.
15, 20.
Yep.
Okay, and then he is going to strike out with his jaws.
When you get into that square, feels like your feet are a little sticky, a little stuck. Might take a little more effort, but before that, you were fine.
Okay. I would have enough movement, I think, anyway there, but he's going to attack.
Yeah, the difficult terrain here only matters when you're trying to exit the square. Getting into it's fine.
Oh, okay. I
You
forgot
get
that.
stuck in the web. Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
it's kind of cool.
The good roll, I'd say 33 to hit.
That is a hit. It's not a critical hit, but it is a hit.
Nice. All right. So yeah, the tendrils from his face just sink into this spider's carapace, and he deals. Ooh, that's some good damage. Almost max damage too. That's 23 points of piercing damage, and Oski. Everyone sees him get a little more fortuitous as I also get temp HP.
Nice.
Did you add your Dread Marshal in there?
Yeah, that was 23 damage with the Dread Marshal. Third action, he will still raise his shield
Okay.
for whatever it's worth.
I suppose I'll allow it. Very good. Walk up, bite out with your tendrils. Raise a shield. Bastard Balthorn.
Oh boy. Bastro right now is sickened, so he'll take his first action to
Yes, he is.
vomit all over the floor. And he's gonna wipe his mouth and then turn around, glaring at this creature that turned him into the handsome fellow he knew he was the whole time. He's going to stride 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Is this space right here? Is that an open spot?
Yeah, I'll give it to you. Yeah.
Alright, bet. 35.
Okay.
Third action. You notice after Bastro had cast his last spell strike technically, the aura of force around him is kind of more dim, a lot less energized as it was before. But that's not going to stop him from trying to wail on this guy. In fact, he's going to envision wailing on this guy from behind, but he knows he can't reach it. He can't reach there. I'm assuming that these two spots back here are open terrain or open spaces, or no?
They're like half spaces.
Half spaces. Okay, no, that's fine. I can work with it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little rough. It depends on what you're trying to do.
I am trying. Okay, so it's fine. I can work with that. I just want to confirm that this is 15 feet, right? I'm not
That is
angled
15
on-
feet.
That is 15
Okay,
feet.
cool. All right, cool. So you see Bastro rear up his fist, about to strike the Drider or whatever in the front, and then he kind of shifts. You see Bastro disappear for a second, and then he reappears over here behind or to the side of the Strider.
What?
and then he goes in for the attack. And this is the focus spell Dimensional Assault, which allows Bastro to teleport a short distance and then attack the nearest creature.
Pretty cool.
That's going to
Cool.
be a 29.
Yeah, all right.
29. That is a
Start with
hit.
some good rolls.
That is a hit.
That is a hit. Yes, 2d6 plus a lot of damage.
+2 from Dread Marshal.
Okay, 4. This is not a spell strike, so I don't get the special damage, unfortunately.
As long as you're not stacking status bonuses
I'm
to
not.
weapon
Yeah.
damage.
No, it's just added damage. It's not a certain type of damage. Like
Yeah.
Dread Marshal is a status, so I just wanted to
Right.
double check.
Yeah. So 4 plus 2 plus 4 again. 10 points of damage. 10 points of damage.
All right, very nice. So Bastro pukes on the ground to get rid of his sickened condition. Funnily enough, it's bright pink with sparkles, and runs up. And mid punch, Oski, you're standing right next to him. Mid punch, you just hear this as Bastro disappears, reappears to the side as the strike connects. 10 points of damage.
And
nice.
after you see him like shift and then punch, you see the aura of force just thicken back to its original like blaze. So now almost as if like he's recharged, you know.
All right, end of Bastro's turn. Kashak.
Kashak is going to command Shithra to get in there and start doing some stuff. He's going to command her to stride all the way up to... Can I occupy this? How do I feel about this? This kind of three-quarters of a space. Where, like, that
Yeah,
stuff...
Shithra is like long more so than wide, so I'd say that'd probably work. You can get the long neck around. It's literally snaking in between Oski and the wall.
And it's going to be a slightly different command if anybody's paying attention to the Uruxi being spoken. It's a slightly different command, and it's a support command. It is the support action that Shithra will hopefully be executing for the first time successfully in this adventure. Kashak's other two actions, he's going to make a bow strike. Let's go ahead and shoot. That is a 32 to hit.
Ooh, we're rolling so well to start.
That is a hit.
32 to hit. 12 points of piercing damage. 2 points of that is precision. Oh, I'm sorry. That is actually 18 points of precision of piercing damage. I didn't have my modifier. Second action. Why not shoot again? We don't usually shoot again, but why not shoot again? We don't shoot again because we roll natural threes. Stairs.
There it is. We've come back down.
We remember why we don't shoot twice. But that is the end of my turn.
Okay. Two shots and a support from Shithra. Top of the next round, Twinkle Toes. What would you like to do?
I don't remember whether or not I have panache. I believe I do.
Sure.
But
Sounds good to me.
cool. Sweet. Thanks.
Let's start using a
Thanks.
marker on your character token if you have panache
Yeah.
at the end of a session, just so we know.
Okay. I like that.
Oh, and then you get to choose which token matches up with panache in your mind. That's the most fun as a GM.
This is the little star that I use when I use it. So like I literally like I'm like, okay, I'm spending it, and I put it on my keyboard, and then when I have it, I put it in front of me because ADHD.
Good idea, though. I'm gonna.
Hey, do it for works, you know?
For work.
Ben, just get a shield, and when you're raising it, just on stream raise it up above your face. Yeah.
I really want to like make us little shields that have hero point like carved into it.
I'd be excited about
That'd be cool. That'd be very cool.
If we ever go back to in person.
it. Ever.
One day.
One day. Anyway, I'm gonna go 5, 5, 10, 20, 30. I don't know how this is working for. I have 45 feet of movement, so I get to that corner.
Where did you start?
I started here.
Yeah, that should be fine.
Yeah. So I go there. I would like to second action recall knowledge on this thing.
Sure. Do you have occultism?
Probably smart.
Occultism.
It's an
No.
untrained action, then you have untrained improvisation.
Is it a trained action?
Recall knowledge is a trained action.
Are we sure?
I
Always.
believe so. Let me just double check. Recall knowledge is untrained. I take it all back. I am a lying, dirty cheat.
Okay, first roll of the night. Let's see how our luck is today. It's not terrible. 16.
No idea what this thing is.
Cool.
It is
Cool. Yeah.
Big spider.
some
Big spider, blue skin,
abomination.
pointy ear, dude.
an
Oh,
abomination by all means and matter. It is
Well,
disturbing,
for my-
disgusting, terrible.
Third action, I'm gonna do a precise strike.
Please.
With flanking from sheath thrust. Not very good. It's a 20 to hit.
Fortunately, that is not going to hit.
Yeah. That's the end of my turn.
Take 2 persistent acid damage,
Thank
and
you.
go ahead and roll me a flat check to see if it stops.
So just roll my dice.
Roll your die.
Yep.
Oh shoot! Persistent damage is so annoying.
You need a
Four-
15 or higher, so unfortunately the persistent damage does not stop.
Okay.
Again, you just feel it like across your face. You feel the inside of your nostrils burning. The back of your throat feels like it's on fire. This acid.
This
just
is like
eating
what
away.
whenever Emily Grace eats any spicy food, I'm imagining is what Twinkletoes is feeling right now.
This spell was inject with capsaicin. That was all it was. It's just put the hot pepper in your mouth.
No, you don't understand. Sometimes like the medium spiciness is too spicy for me.
You just crushed up peppers beforehand and basically had pocket pepper.
Pepper.
Can't deal. That's the end of my turn.
It
I
is
used
now.
I used to work at a taco place, and the mostly Salvadorian cooks used to make fun of people who were black pepper sensitive, which was to mean that like anything that they were to use was gonna cause a problem, and so there was no point in cooking them any food whatsoever.
Sure.
And I was like, yeah, guys, come on, those are my people.
Oh man. Don't mind me.
Yeah, how far away am I?
Pretty far. Also, I should have been having you guys roll concealment for the low light, unless you have low light or dark vision.
Sheether does.
Holding a torch in my hand.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't I thought this was the only torch, so.
Nope.
Yeah, you didn't draw a weird red oval on yourself, so we don't know that you have a torch. The universal sign for torch.
Universal.
Felguard blade in one hand, torch in the other. This will fight.
Well planned indeed.
Thank you.
It's really cool that I get to play a spellcaster, but unfortunately I have to play a spellcaster.
Which means
Yeah, what horrible thing are you doing to us this round?
Well, it's what horrible thing am I doing to who this round is the problem.
Right.
Yeah.
he has plenty of horrible things to choose from. It's just deciding which to use against who. Like,
Yeah.
Interesting. And that'll do that, which means I can. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, we'll try that. The first thing that happens is Kashak.
Yeah.
You feel like shadows start creeping around the corners of your vision. You feel like the room is beginning to collapse in on you. This anxiety is just welling up in your little lizard brain.
Oh my god.
And you begin to feel like your body is telling you to run. For this
Oh,
round,
no.
Okay.
you are flat-footed. But you just feel this urgency in your body.
No save.
Is this an action? Is this based on the previous effects that's not
It's
taking
based
effect?
off a previous effect.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
okay.
And flat-footed. Okay.
Flat-footed for now. The next thing that happens is this creature will cast a spell. Twinkle Toes, if you'd like to take your attack of opportunity.
Also, actually resolve that first.
So, this spell has the manipulate trait, right?
Yes.
So, Bastro is also going to take an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, nice.
Nice.
I wish you wouldn't, but feel free.
I'm gonna
Mine
break
mixed.
whatever hand you're trying to weave signs with. Oh, baby, that's a 16 for a 32.
Okay, that is a
Bam,
hit.
bam, bam, bam.
That is a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Does that interrupt the spell in second
Only,
wave?
only the crit.
Mhm.
Also, I looked up the rules again, and as long as I'm in my arcane stance, all of my attacks have the added bonus damage, as long as I have a free hand. It's not just my spell strikes.
Correct.
So, I am going to make sure I remember that from now on. 6.
It's the way they supplanted your class not having any strength bonus whatsoever.
So I got 6, and then plus 4, plus 2 for Ben, and then plus 5 on top of that. So
12, 17.
17.
Breakdowns. Breakdowns.
At that point, we're at that point
Yeah.
in the game where it's like just so much little math.
I know. But all of those are different types of bonuses, so it all.
And Will, I hate to be the third person to stop your turn, but if that has the manipulate trait, I need a flat check from you.
Poor K.
Sheethra's support action.
Oh, cool!
If my strike damages a foe, which it does, anytime the foe attempts an action with the manipulate trait until the end of my next turn, it must attempt a DC 5 flat check. On failure, the action is disrupted.
Whoa!
Uh,
Oh, that's cool.
So 20% failure chance.
And the range is whatever the attack range.
Adjacent creature.
Ah, you are adjacent, so
Mhm.
that makes sense. For some reason, I thought you were a little farther away. What's the DC on the flat check?
DC 5, so only 20% failure chance.
Rolled an 8, so
Yeah.
we're in there.
Whoa.
Worth a shot.
Close.
Worth a
Close.
shot.
Hey, but it's coming up now. Support action was relevant.
No, finally.
This creature, you hear it muttering arcane words. It makes a gesture with its hand. Bastro Twinkletoes reach out, attempting to stop whatever casting is taking place. Sheethra whipping her head around to do the same. Unfortunately, the spell goes off. And I need a proper thing for this. Here we go.
Bring it.
I have
Oh
brand
my
new
God.
fancy
Oh.
What is this?
AoE markers.
Oh, I want that now. I want that immediately.
And I can even send it to the back so that everyone's on top of it.
Oh, come on.
So cool.
Good job, Roll 20. Good job. Nicely done. Only took you 50 freaking years.
Oh, this wasn't Roll20 made. This was a separate package.
There you go, third party. There you go, people doing Roll 20's job. Nice.
Yeah.
We will never get that
You
sponsorship.
hear the deep breath in.
Not if you keep talking.
Yeah, I mean, if you just shut up, we were this close.
Yeah.
I hate you.
A deep breath in,
It just deleted the draft email.
and this creature's bifurcated jaw opens wide
Oh, no.
as it exhales in this thick cloud of ash, burning ash, just erupts, billowing out across all of you that are here. Obviously, Kashak is fine,
So far away.
chilling in a corner by himself.
Unbothered, really.
Unbothered.
Use shield block against the cloud of ash.
It blocks sight. Can't see
Great.
anything in the
What?
cloud.
It blocks sight.
Cannot see anything in the cloud.
Piece of shit.
What does that mean?
It's as if you were suddenly thrown into darkness.
Even within 5 feet.
Even within 5 feet. It is black.
Holy moly.
A cloud of black ash. Burning black ash.
Volcanic vomit.
Basically, yeah.
That's what I'm headcanoning the spell's name is.
That's all that happens for right now. That is,
So, does everyone have like the hidden trait? Is that how this is working mechanically?
they are.
Yeah, that's what I'm curious about.
Difficult to see. Observed. I'm trying to find the.
Which
specific.
observation tier we're on now? Yeah.
Yes, they are currently hidden.
Okay.
You can use a seek action to attempt to locate, which would go from hidden to detect it. Actually, yeah, it's hidden
To
right now.
concealed.
To concealed. Yes, but right now,
The big thing is that a creature you're hidden from is flat-footed to you, and it must succeed at a DC 11 flat check when targeting you. So basically, a 50% miss chance for first edition fans. You can still kind of do that if you know like roughly where the creature is. You can target a square and like say, "I'm gonna strike out of this." Roll a flat check and pray.
it finishes its turn doing something, and it is now. Where is it? Oski. It is your turn, but I need you to roll me a fortitude save.
There it is.
For
Okay.
being in the ash, yeah.
All right. It's a little lower because I'm fatigued. Oh, that's really early to want to use my hero point.
Then don't.
Oh.
Then don't. Just take the damage.
Yeah, I'm not going to use it. That's it's. Actually, I don't know if it's a crit fail. It's a 15.
It is not a crit fail, but it is a fail.
Yeah, I figured it was a failure at least.
As this ash just begins to settle on your skin, gets into your nose and your mouth, it gets into and under your armor, and you just feel yourself begin to burn from the flaming hot ash. You take 7 points of fire damage,
Okay.
and you are dazzled for 1 round.
Oh, hey.
Oop.
Dazzled. Dazzled isn't that bad if I remember correctly. All creatures are concealed from you, so better than what it currently is. Okay.
Yeah, but you're gonna take the worst of the two.
Yeah, no change whatsoever.
Yes, that actually does nothing. That's not bad. Okay. So in order for it not to be hidden, I have to use a seek action. Is that what you said?
Correct.
Yes.
All right, I will
Maybe
do
recall
that.
knowledge first.
It's usually a GM secret perception check, if Will wants to do that. Compare the result to any stealth DCs of undetected or hidden creatures in the area that you're trying to detect.
What's your perception?
Plus 11.
It is apparently not moved. You believe that it's still just in front of you.
So it's concealed instead of hidden now?
Correct.
Okay.
Is that how that works? I think we're talking about two different things. I think concealed is not on this tracker. It's like observed, hidden, undetected. That's like the 3 steps. Concealment's like a whole other thing.
Oh,
No,
yes.
it's
When
not.
seeking, yes.
No.
When seeking, it becomes observed if you find it. So you see it through the ash, but because you are dazzled, it is still concealed to you.
That's what's going on.
Yeah.
I'm looking at detecting creatures from the rulebook as well as the seek action, and it's talking nothing about concealment. It's a little bit different. It's kind of funky.
Well, that's just weird because hidden is a DC 11 flat check, while concealed is just a DC 6 flat check. So to me, they're on the tracker, I guess. But I guess
they're on two separate trackers, and my Keen Eyes feat does affect them differently.
Yeah. So detecting creatures from the core rulebook, there are 3 conditions that measure the degree to which you can sense a creature: observed, hidden, and undetected. However, the concealed and invisible conditions can partially mask a creature, and the unnoticed condition indicates you have no idea a creature is around.
Yes.
Okay.
So basically, the ash obscures your vision. You don't know where it is. You take a second. You're spending the time to like wipe it out of your face and look really hard. You find the creature, but you still have like sparks of ash in your eye.
Yeah.
So you're dazzled and it is concealed, but you know where it is.
So here's why it's in the spell in the first place.
Yes.
We found why dazzled is even in the spell.
Yes.
That makes sense. Okay, cool. I'm gonna attack it.
Go for it, please.
Uh,
You can also use the point out action to give your friends a little
Oh,
what is
that's
that?
fun.
a little buff.
I got you, Will. I'll look it up for you.
Please recall knowledge.
It's one action.
Yeah, I want to recall knowledge, but Oski is in his like hunter mode right now.
Yeah,
like
he's
the
too
demonic
hungry to
presence has
recall
taken
knowledge.
over. I'm sorry, I want to, but I don't think Oski would right now.
The point out action requires allies to be able to see you, which they can't.
Yeah. But I'll let you do a similar action. I mean, it makes sense. All you'd have to do is say, he's still right there. He has not moved. So if you want to make your strike, go ahead.
What would that? Do I know what the bonus of point out would be?
Well, I feel like that's free action to talk. It's just to say.
Is it just a
he
free action to
hasn't
talk?
moved.
Will, or is it an action?
If you want to just take the free action to talk,
I'll give a bonus.
I'll give a bonus to their rolls to seek. But if you want to like actually point it out, it'll take.
Well, but it would just like if you say that out loud, it would change our strategy for having to seek in the first place. Because like hidden is one thing, but like it's whatever you do. But
My roll to hit was 25.
Did you roll the flat check for concealment?
I did not. Thank you. I got a 12.
Okay, so that does hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Nice. Again, the tendrils of this demonic presence are sinking into the spider. As I roll 17 points of damage, and again, Oski is like infused as these things begin ripping chunks of this spider off, as he gets more temporary HP.
Okay.
And then third action.
The point out action also wouldn't work in this case because it is used for creatures that are undetected, not just hidden.
All right. Well,
So we'll
Oski will just
scrap
free
all of
action.
that.
He'll just call out, like it's right here as he's like eating it, and then I'm just gonna strike again.
Okay.
he's just gonna say that as he's eating the creature.
It's a natural one.
Very good. Very good. Bastard, go ahead and roll me a fortitude save.
Okay. Oof. 21.
It's a regular fail.
Ooh,
So you are going to take
not cool.
6 points of fire damage, and you are dazzled for 1 round.
Dazzle. Cool. Dazzle. Alright, so first action. So how does imprecise scent work, or sense? Like motion sense in particular.
Motion
Do
sense?
I know? Yeah, do I know he's right next to me?
You sense the creature automatically with an imprecise sense, but it has the hidden condition instead of the observed condition.
Okay.
So nothing really changes.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
Observing a creature requires a precise sense.
Yes.
Mm,
It's much more helpful for invisible
Invisible creatures.
or if they're like under a
Hiding.
crate or something.
Yeah, hiding or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Like she
right.
had a scent, which is an imprecise sense, so we could have like smell stuff out and be like, "There's a person hiding behind this
Yeah.
room." But
Yeah. Let's do some recall knowledge.
Sure. You can go ahead and roll an occultism for me.
Is that all I could roll?
Yes.
I don't know. Can you?
That's gonna be a wow, just a dirty 20.
Still, unfortunately, this creature is beyond the scope of your imagination, even, as you have never seen such an unholy amalgamation of bits and pieces on a living, functioning creature such as this. It is disgusting.
And that was my first action. Next two actions, you see Bastro enter his fisticuff stance, but this time you
Why I
see
oughta.
you see wisps of flames erupting from his right arm,
Ah, ooh.
and he goes in for the punch.
Is that his arm or the feathers arm?
The feathers arm. The
Okay.
feathers arm.
Bastard, question for you. Did you use the reaction for your, what was it? Energized? I forgot what thing you're...
No, I already used my reaction this turn.
Ah,
But
right.
it's an
Attack of
opportunity.
an opportunity. Right.
Mm-hmm.
But I will use that soon, eventually. But for right now, I'm gonna use my Falcon Punch attack.
Ah,
That's you get it.
show me in the book where that action is.
Oh God. Okay.
It's in
So
my
I
GameCube.
do have a question. I'm able to do a feint while I'm performing a spell strike, but it does have the visual trait. Does this like smoke screen Ash interfere with that?
Yeah, you can't see him right now.
Okay, yeah, that's what I figured. So I can't feint him. That sucks. But whatever. I'll just roll the natural. Do I have to roll a flat DC first?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
If you are not seeking, you don't even know that he's there outside of what Oski's telling you.
Is it hero point o'clock?
That's up to you.
What
my
this
friend.
attack is. How spicy is this thing you're doing?
It's not that spicy.
Leave it.
No, okay, that was a natural one for the flat check.
Yeah, so you put out a big old right hook, and you just whiff through Ash. You feel nothing on the other end.
Dang it.
It's hard to tell exactly where this creature is unless you spend the time actually looking for it.
Where are you? And that's it.
Over here.
Attack this squat!
Yeah, that's my turn. Man, swing and a miss.
Very good. Yeah, putting you in a bit of a difficult, sticky wicket there, huh? Kashak.
I'm definitely going to try to seek this creature as my perception bonus is insane. So let's look for this thing for my first action. That is.
Unfortunately.
Oh, are bad things happening to me?
Precision, yes. The shadows that are kind of like creeping in around the sides of your vision, you just feel them like begin to like grab your mind. You feel a shiver run down your spine as your body is screaming at you to leave. You are now flat-footed and frightened one, as fear just begins to erupt in your body.
Look at this face right now. Look at this. This is how I feel.
I would just focus
Pretty
next
bad.
time on not making a character that is such a scaredy cat for a lizard.
Frightened one,
Frightened one and flatted of foot.
flattened of foot.
Within intrusion
Okay.
area, if precision is 30 cut,
Oh,
so...
all my checks and DCs. Fun. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you could do a 30-foot cone or a 15-foot burst. I feel like if you heard Oski, you'd have a pretty good idea of where to center that burst. So go ahead and roll the perception for me.
Perception is
Oh, wait,
now.
what is your perception?
Oh, it's plus 15 with the frightened condition.
Oh, is that all?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you see, like, the whirls of ash as this creature is moving, and it is obviously larger, taller at least, than everything else. You assume that this lump of space is, gonna be it. Yeah.
The creature's observed then. No flat check.
Yeah, you are
Cool.
able to pierce through the veil, as one would say.
Let's take a shot. That is a 30 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay. Ooh, nice damage.
I like to hear nice damage.
That is 20 points of piercing, 6 of which is precision. I'm pretty sure I would have no reason to not be dealing precision damage.
As far as you've noticed, everything has been doing what it's supposed to do.
Right. I'm just thinking with this ash now, but it's an observed creature. I found it. So
Yeah, you
I
found
think-
it. You done found it.
Then that's my first 2 actions, to seek and then to strike. I will command Sheethra to say.
Please roll a
yeah.
fortitude save for Sheethra.
Oh, absolutely. Of course, absolutely, of course. 27.
That is a success.
Okay.
She is not dazzled, but she will still take 2 points of fire damage.
Okay. So she gets a little burned.
A little singed around the edges.
Kashak and Aruk say something to the effect of, Sheethra, can you see that creature any better? And he will command her to seek. She can do that, right? I don't think seek requires, like, intelligence.
Ooh.
Concentrate? I mean, she would be looking for this creature as much as anybody else would be.
I'm pretty sure, not familiars, but animal companions have like an imprecise scent. You know,
But detecting creatures requires a precise sense.
You suggest a pretty fire offering plan. Animals not a drop. Yeah, most animals know the drop, prone, leap, seek, stand, stride, and strike.
Okay.
So
cool.
you can see.
So yeah, I can't imagine she wouldn't like be looking at for this creature. Do you want to roll the seek attempt for Sheethra? It's a plus 13.
Yeah, Sheethra's better perception than Noski.
Unfortunately, Sheethra does not find out exactly where this creature is. You can still make the
You'll-
attack.
She'll still snap out. Yeah. So
I'm just
here's
gonna roll the
the
flat check for me.
here's the flat check. That is a 14 on the die, so that goes through.
Yes.
And
Roll
then
damage.
a natural 19 for a 32. And it's a hit, I'm assuming.
Oh, for a second I thought that was damage.
No, 32 to hit.
Yeah, that hits for sure.
What am I getting from you there, my son? +2? Okay. I think that's already on the sheet here. Yeah.
My son.
How many damage dice are you rolling for her?
She has 2d8 from her base. I don't think I would get the
Plus 2.
I don't think I would get the precision damage though, because she's hidden. I have no idea.
I mean, I don't think the Hunter's Mark has any.
You must be able to see or hear to hunt the prey
Yeah, but once it's hunted,
once it's hunted.
I think you're fine.
Yeah, it's first time you hit. Okay, cool. Let's roll it. That is going to be 22 points of piercing.
No.
I,
You guys are dishing out a lot of damage. This creature is now just like, you smell this like almost decaying, like rotten smell of this creature's blood, and it is messed up. All of you who can see it, especially, you just see wound after wound, arrow after arrow, stab wound after stab wound. This thing is hurt. It's hurt.
Lizards came to fight, but that's the end of their turn.
Yeah.
Fortitude save from me.
Yes, please.
Ooh. Look at any of us knowing the turn order besides Will.
19.
Oh, I don't know it. I just looked at the book. 19 is a failure. Unfortunately, you will take 7 points of fire damage. You
Ew,
are dazzled for 1 round.
God.
Okay. Gross.
A little bit.
I have the Keen Eyes feat,
Okay.
which means that I get a +2 circumstance bonus when using the seek action to find hidden or undetected creatures within 30 feet of you.
Coming in strong.
So great.
What is your perception with that
Also-
bonus?
Oh, my perception is +11, so +13.
Are you going to use the seek action?
Yes.
Also,
When you target an opponent that is concealed from you or hidden from you, reduce the DC of the flat check to 3 for a concealed target or 9 for a hidden one.
Oh my god, this feat's amazing in this
Yeah,
circumstance. That's
really
awesome.
good.
Yeah, it's really great.
That's a halfling feat, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So it does unfortunately remain hidden to you.
Okay.
With the acid that is burning your face, and now the fire, the ash on top of it, you're just like constantly wiping
Having
your
a hard
face.
time,
You're constantly like, you're sweating and crying.
And my mask isn't helping at all.
Yeah, not even a little bit. So you're just having a rough time, but you do have keen eyes, so it's not impossible.
So I'm still gonna try for this precise strike.
And I would believe it's still flanking as well. I think you're still getting that bonus in the shit. I think the creature's still flat-footed.
Uh-huh. So is it concealed or hidden right now?
It is hidden right now.
Okay. So DC 9 for me. 14!
Go ahead and roll to hit.
Cool.
Or roll damage. Or roll to hit.
Nope.
Roll
Well,
to hit. Roll to hit right now.
We're adding way too many intermediate rolls for the thing that we've just been doing.
Yeah. Yeah. That's 29 to hit.
That's a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Cool. This was a precise strike, so it's gonna be. Where are my d6s? Last pocket. Okay, it's gonna be 2d6 plus 3. I don't get my strength bonus right now because I'm an evil. Ooh, that's 2 6s though. So 15 points of damage. Do I get anything from Dread Martial Stance?
2 points of damage.
17 points of damage.
Whoa.
I rolled 2 6s.
Whoa.
It's its turn.
Oh no, that was only my first 2 actions.
Just kidding. You have 2 more actions,
So,
please.
my third action, I would like to, over here.
Kindly leave.
Nice.
That's the end of my turn.
Okay. It is its turn. Oh, take 2 points of persistent acid, and roll a DC 15 flat check.
Okay. Rolled from a 20 to a 2.
Fortunately, you will still take 2 more points of acid damage,
Mhm.
and you are still burning.
Burning up for you, baby.
Okay. What is its fortitude save?
Yeah, what is it? What is it? Well,
Wouldn't you like to know?
Higher than yours.
Yeah,
Sure.
probably.
most likely. I hope so.
Okay. So you just hear it like chittering its legs on the ground as it's also taking a little bit of fire damage. And it's hurt. It is not having a good time. But too late on that. Can't do that. That's useless. I think it will. Yeah, that's what it's gonna do. It will attempt to tumble through
Oh.
Bastro.
So, attack of opportunity.
Only if it fails, I think. Right? Or is
I don't
it
think
at all?
I don't think tumble through provokes, right? Isn't it just a move?
Any-
I don't think it
any-
has manipulate.
Well, it will leave my
move.
area of
Yeah,
attack.
so it is a move.
That's I'm sorry. I was thinking only manipulate. Dumb thing to say.
So yeah, Bastar's gonna punch
Yeah,
the
Ben,
thing in
so
its
dumb.
pretty face.
But yeah, no, it's gonna provoke him no matter what.
Definitely the dumbest here.
The dumbest thing anyone's ever said.
So that's an 18.
18 is not going to hit, unfortunately.
I would also
You wanna
like
double
to
check
make
that?
an attack of opportunity.
I don't need to double check it, but thank you for asking.
I'm making one too.
Sure, please. You are still dazzled.
A
by the way.
natural 2.
Oh,
This creature is still hidden.
do I need to make a flat check first?
You will need to make a flat check. It is still
Okay.
hidden from you.
Okay, even though I'm not in the cloud anymore?
It's still in the cloud.
It's in the cloud, yeah.
Okay. Okay, flat check is a 14 again.
Okay, go ahead and roll the hit.
Alright. 18 on the dice for I can do math, 33.
That's a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Is it flanking? Yeah, it's flanked too.
Flat-footed.
Plus 2 to damage.
Alright. That's worse on the dice. That's 1 under 2. So 3, 6, 8 points of damage this time.
You're sure?
Yeah. Unless I'm not enfeebled or clumsy anymore.
Oh no, you're definitely still all of those things.
Yeah. Am I still
Doesn't
dazzled?
he have to roll a check against me? To tumble through?
Yeah.
32?
Against your reflex DC.
Definitely good. Yeah, I don't even know why I asked.
You don't have a 22 reflex. You don't have a 23 reflex bonus.
I don't have that.
It's
It's secretly a legend in legendary reflex.
It's
It's
got a
a-
few legs.
it's a large spider. It just walks over you.
Right over your body.
Oh right, this is the spell that I specifically got the cones for.
Oh, great.
The cones?
Well, the
Oh
Temp-
no,
the
I see
templates.
I see a cone. Yeah, okay. That type of cone.
Well, there appears to be a cone down here. I'm not sure if you meant to put that there, but
oh wait, no,
Oh.
this is the wrong type of cone.
you need that orthogonal cone, baby.
Yes, I do. That was a corner cone. This is a cone up.
Yeah, there's a cone in which you can get all of us. Yeah.
No. Rude.
Benefits of playing a ranged character here, Jack.
I will see you guys later. Because I'm about to sprint out of this room also. So. That
Yes,
looks like it's everybody, right?
it hits.
Can't
It hits
tell.
all four.
It's everybody. Yeah.
Yeah.
I should have made it
We're
a
like
different
in
color,
perfect
but
cone
yeah.
formation at the moment.
Perfect
Like,
cone formation.
Yeah.
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 You just hear this like, and you hear just like the sounds of buzzing insects and crawling creatures just begin to erupt and envelop all of you as a just swarm of biting, stinging centipedes and roaches, wasps, worms just envelop all of you. I need everyone to roll a reflex save for me.
Hey,
No, I
that's a
didn't
really
think-
cool thing you did. It's really good.
Didn't need Vomit Swarm, but here we are. Reflex, you said?
Reflex, indeed.
Oh, thank God.
Could not be rolling any better if I tried. It's a 32 for Shithra.
Success.
29 for Bastro.
Success.
24 for Twinkle Toes. It was really,
Alright, this is
really
a-
low for me.
It's a success.
I'm assuming this is a damaging effect.
It is indeed.
Alright, so I get a +3 to this, which is nice.
Oh,
Ugh. Horrible roll. Oh my god, can't do math. 13. Horrible roll.
That is a critical failure.
oh.
It's a natural 2 on my worst save.
You're such a slow boy.
The slowest of boyos. So, Bastro, Twinkletoes, Shithra are going to take half of what I say. Oski will take twice what I say.
Yep.
Total is 9 points of damage.
So 4.
Alright.
4 and 18.
Furthermore,
Gross.
Oski is sickened 1.
Add that to my conditions, alright.
Yeah, we're racking them up right now.
But that is its turn.
Will, can I actually ask a question?
I would love it if you did.
So, Would Glimpse of Redemption work on a spell like that? I'm not going to go back and do it now, but could I do it in the future? The trigger is just an enemy damages your ally. It doesn't say it has to be an attack roll, just damages your ally. It doesn't say it has to be an attack. It just, the trigger is an enemy damages your ally, and both are within
15 feet. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Like 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to know.
I would agree.
Okay. I was thinking
I didn't
only on
ask
an
you,
attack
Dan.
roll, and then I read it after it had happened, and I was like, oh, should have
Yeah,
done that.
it makes
Should have done
sense
for the
that
future.
like you would think like that because it sounds like something that you would mostly use for that. But yes, it does work for spells for sure,
Cool.
as long
Yeah,
as
it's
the
meant to be
caster is within
all-encompassing.
15 feet. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Which is rare, like that's not all that common.
Right, it doesn't make total sense to me, but that's okay.
Oski, go ahead and roll a fortitude save for me. You're no longer dazzled,
Nice.
Right, but
Good job, dude.
but you might
But you might die instantly. Who
you
knows?
might get it again. I don't know.
Yeah, you might be in a
second to all checks and DCs. Great.
Yeah. Yeah, this thing is a
Okay,
status
okay.
effect machine.
Yeah, the fortitude save though is a 28.
Ah, you're fine. You're gonna take a little bit of damage. You're gonna take a little bit of damage, a little bit of fire thrown into the mix there. Where's my limit for? There it is. You take 1 point of fire damage.
Nice.
Well, 2 ones on
First action, I am going to retch to give myself another save against the sickened condition. So I get another fortitude save against the effect that gave me the condition.
Yes.
22. It's better than what I rolled before. No, fail still. Okay, that's all right. Second action, he's going to go 10, 20, 25. And third action, he's going to strike. I know it's still hidden, so I'm just going to go ahead and strike with the hidden condition.
Ben, be honest. Would you know it's there?
So the hidden condition says,
I'm not trying to challenge you. I'm just like, would we really know? Because it will affect all of our turns, obviously, if we can suss this out.
I'd argue he's
you're
going
hidden from a
towards.
creature. That creature knows the space you're in, but can't tell precisely where you are. So I know what space it's in. So yes, I would know it's there.
Okay.
That's the first line of the hidden condition.
I'll think about it.
Jack wants to make this
No
combat as
promises.
hard as possible for everyone involved.
Just
Jack,
like
like
go to
his
these effects.
character is actually illiterate. Cannot read.
Okay, so DC 11 flat check.
He's
Come on.
committed very, very hard to the roll.
17 on the flat check, incoming natural 1 for the attack roll.
Jinx it like that.
I'm not even kidding. That's absurd. It's actually natural 1 for the attack roll. I'm not even kidding. Oh, I'm not going to hero point the attack roll. I'm saving that for the horrible saves it's going to make me do. That's my turn. That's unfortunate.
You did it to yourself, man. Like,
Literally called
Bastro's gonna wipe the bug guts off his face after all of it was splattered on it. He's going to take his first action to kind of recharge his inner magic, and you see his aura of force come alive again. Next 2 actions, you see his left arm, the arm with the eyes, and the side of his body with the eyes, start cackling with like static shocks, like electric charges are going up and down his arm, and he's going to go in for a spell strike. Let's hope this one hits.
Come on, crit again, do it.
So
Only crits.
it's a flat check, yeah, 9, right?
Oh.
11. Well, I got 12, so that works out.
it's 9
Nice.
for me. It's 11 for everybody else.
Point.
Hero pointed. He's hero pointing. It's a hero point.
That natural 4. I don't know why my attacks are not going through. That was it's a 24. I don't know if that hits.
That's a tweener. I don't know.
That's I'm pretty sure 8 plus 16. 8. Unless math changed in the last 10 seconds, I think 8 plus 16 is 24.
I confirm.
Oh, thank God! Yes! Oh! Yes! Okay, so this is gonna be quite a bit of damage. 2d6 plus, that was a 3rd level Shocking Grasp, if anyone was curious. So that's going to be 2d6 plus 4d12. So let's do that. And I'm in Oski's zone, so that's even better. 2 5s, so that's 10 plus 9 points of damage, plus 2 from Oski, so that's 11. So 21 so far. And then let me roll the 4d12.
Gonna blast this thing into the Shadow Realm.
I'm zapping all the bugs that this creature just emitted at me. Where is my 12?
So the Tui Magus has some sort of like recharge thing that you have to like take a round off. To, like,
you have to take an action to recharge.
Action to recharge.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 5, 3, 11. So it's okay. 8. 48. And then let me check if I add my spellcasting modifier.
Hold on. That's a normal hit.
That's a spell strike.
It's just a spell strike, yeah.
But not a crit.
No, not a crit, but it's a level 3 spell strike.
It's a strike and a spell. It's like 2 different things that did damage.
Okay, that's so crazy.
And when I'm in my arcane stance, I get to add so much more damage. So
that's insane.
48 points of damage.
Yeah, they pump. Oh my god, I can't believe it survives. It's crazy.
So does it die?
So
oh, that's
it's
so
just
great.
flat.
Bastro comes in with his static shock punch of death
amazing.
on this poor creature that's trying to like run away, probably.
It's like the 8 points of damage was like almost minimum damage for me. Like
Yeah.
There we are. Yeah.
Yes, it is. 1 action to recharge, and then 2 action spell strike.
Yes.
So concerned about what's happening to your shot. And didn't you save on whatever ability this is?
I don't know which one it was. I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening.
I do remember rolling a 27 on a will save at some point. Yeah, okay.
Damage from being scared.
The match. There's a little scaredy boy.
don't know
He's so scared.
if I understand what's going on with Kashak right now.
I
Okay. Okay.
Oh my
Glad
god.
glad I saved.
Was this like Phantasmal Killer?
I don't think
Maybe
it does at all.
Like, straight up, I think it might have been.
I think it might have been.
Fortitude save from Shithra. That is a 26. Okay. So Kashak doesn't know this thing is dead. He hears like this thunderclap and, you know, something happened, but he's gonna try to seek the creature. He feels the might of Zeus come down.
And a really large splat, but he's not sure what that was, so...
I think, no, I
He saw the rest of the vomit swarm come out of the cloud. And he's like, there's an avalanche of bugs that could have been any of those, you know? Like, so seek with a plus 15 to try to find this creature. Here. Okay. He's gonna take a shot.
So you would see it though. The hidden condition says you can see it. You just don't know precisely where it is. That's fair. That's different. That's fair.
The body is still there. Like if you can see anything, you see the body, but you don't know that it's dead. So he's gonna take a shot.
That makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense.
He fires an arrow past Bastro and Oski, and then he calls out to Shithra to go to the corner. And so Shithra like strides over and is like snarling at this thing and takes a mouth stance out at it. He just chomps out between the two of you at the body of the creature.
I would like to start by trying to. Is it like how can I like clear my sinuses, wipe the acid off? Like how do I get rid of this persistent damage?
I think it's 2 actions. Or is that the assisted for someone else?
Assisted recovery for persistent damage generally, it's usually an activity requiring 2 actions as determined by the GM. No.
I have healing tools.
Oh, that's different though. That's a different thing.
You don't need to use administer first aid for persistent damage.
Within the general persistent damage rules, there's assisted recovery, which is just you take steps to help yourself recover from persistent damage, or an ally can help you. Usually an activity requiring 2 actions. All it does is reduce the flat check to 10, or for a particularly appropriate type of help. Like if you were to like spend 2 actions fluffing the acid off of you, it might reduce the check to 10. But it's very kind of GM discretion. There's meant to be something for every persistent damage, though.
I would like to just like blow my nose really hard and just like wipe it all off my face and like wherever I feel it.
Did you bring a box of Kleenex or not?
I have several potions on my belt that I could try to use.
neti pot. What's
He
your
likes
healing
to-
potion?
Healing potion into my neti pot. Amazing.
My last action, I would like to jump on through to the other side of this cloud. It blew my nose really hard. You said it was burning my sinuses. Two actions to not do the full thing. Okay. Alright. Well, I did ask you what I could do to staunch it. You did not say anything to that. So. Okay. DC 13? Okay. Could I have rolled like a recall knowledge beforehand to figure out if there was a better thing for me to do?
The action to help might require a skill check or another roll to determine its effectiveness. That's within the GM discretion.
Okay. So I can do that to... Okay. They're both +7 for me, so okay. That's my first like good roll of the night. 23. Okay, so could one of those like actions have been like get my water contain and splash on my face? Okay, cool. Okay, so DC check to stop this is 18.
Yes.
Cool. Okay. Okay, my turn.
Fortitude save. Oh my god. My rolls have been on the opposite ends of the spectrum tonight. They've either been amazing or horrible. That's 14. Okay. Okay. Oski is going to he's gonna spend one action ripping this thing open, I think, with the remaining tendrils he has. Can I roll like an attack roll on the creature, or I'm attacking the creature?
Resistance.
Would I get temporary HP from devouring part of it? Because that's part of what Glutton's Jaws gives me.
You ruled at one point that you don't with the guy in the bank.
Oh, really? Have we already talked about this? Okay.
Yeah, that guy you half ate but you buried recently, that he didn't give you temp HP for that. Because there'd just be like a temp HP for any corpses.
That'd be a very evil character. Oh my god.
Sure. That's
Why?
fine.
Why would you want to explore that area of
So
fantasy RPGs?
he's- Spend an action doing that, and then third action he's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20. It's partially standing on the weird, 25, he'll get to here. Partially standing on the weird diagram, and he'll shout out to Kashak, seeing an arrow fly by him. It's dead. The thing's dead. With the tendrils still flailing about. That's his turn.
Yeah. 17 for a 30. Dirty 30. Yeah. I want to take all 3 actions to drag this creature out of the cloud into like this area near Kashak.
It's going to be, I think, much harder for you to do that than you think. I think dragging is an action, or like shoving. Maybe it'd be shove. I don't know if drag is an action. But if it's shoving, that's...
I mean, I feel like Astro would know that this ash is not permanent. Like, it will go away. You could come back for the creature. I don't know.
$50 feet per minute? So what's that per 3 actions?
Oh my god, are we gonna do this?
like 5 feet.
Are we really gonna do this?
It's not worth it. Not worth it. Okay. Right. Alright, never mind. Bastro, we'll take an action to loot it. Do I have to look at it, be able to see it to do that? I mean, it was... I was through its torso, so I feel like I know where it is. It's dead at my feet.
Point, just leave the clap and we wait for it to go away.
Yeah, Will, what is being in this ash like for people? What is the experience of being in this ash cloud?
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
I think instead of searching the body, Bastar's just gonna get the fuck out.
Feels really nice.
You know, sometimes it's hard. It's good to give that kind of extra description.
He'll take 2 actions to get here, and then 3rd action, just in case, he's gonna recharge his spell strike. And he's still in his stance. He has not gone out of his stance.
Oh yeah.
I'll make that very clear.
As soon as he sees Oski run out, he's going to whistle over to Shithra, and she's going to straight out of the cloud, step on the torch, burn her foot for 1d6 fire damage, and then continue to stride out. Fortitude save, you said? That is that's a natural 1 for a 15.
Oh.
Are you kidding me? Yes. Okay, forever. Okay. So that's why she steps on the torch and takes 1d6
I was about
fire
to say, that makes sense why she steps on the torch then.
damage. So hot! Yeah, she gets out of the cloud. Doc sees this roaring creature step out of the cloud and shoots 4 arrows at it. Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, nothing. No, I'm still clumsy and enfeebled, but I also still have 45 feet of movement because I never spent my panache. So with that movement, I'm gonna go 10, 20, 30, 35, 40, 45. I didn't think this through well. 10, 20, 30, 35, 40, 5, and I'm out. Okay. Second action, I'm gonna draw a minor elixir of life. Drink that. Nope, I'm gonna drink it, actually. I'm gonna drink it.
Molotov, the elixir of life.
Amazing.
5 points of healing to me. Oh!
See you guys soon.
Welcome back, everybody. Sorry about any microphone issues I might have had. Apparently, my mic was muted somehow for a bit at the end there, which is surprising because I double-checked OBS, I double-checked my mic. I don't have any hotkeys or anything that link to muting my microphone specifically, or muting any sound or anything whatsoever. But apparently OBS has decided that nobody should hear my voice at certain periods of time, so here we are.
I mean, Will, sometimes I tune you out, so other people may just have that similar affliction.
And that's why I killed your last character.
What was that? Sorry, what?
Will remember that. So thank you guys for coming back. Everybody except Ben, who will be up for board review in the next session. You all have defeated who you assume to be the Seer. Definitely somebody of extraordinary magical power and talent. But you're unable to figure out what it was. The cloud of ash lingers for maybe 30 more seconds before it eventually dissipates, the ash finally cooling and falling to the ground as the magical energies fade. I'm going to take the aura.
Yeah, I'm doing that right now.
Okay. Perfect. You're left in this room with, again, just the light of a torch. 2 torches, I should say. The image on the ground, the banner with the symbol of the skin saw. What would you all like to do?
I would like to take a look at that door in the top middle.
Sure, please. Are you percepting on it?
I would like to see if it's trapped before I touch it.
What's
If I may.
your plus?
Plus 11.
Plus 11. The 13 was with the concealed. You give it a very good, thorough check, and as far as you can tell, it is untrapped.
I try to open it.
It is unlocked. You open it. Are you opening it all the way?
I'm just gonna crack it open first.
Okay.
In case like a swarm of bugs like starts flying out.
A little gun shy after your multi-legged incident there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do a classic polygon reveal. There you go. There you go.
Little sliver.
Little sliver. You peek in. You see what appears to be a stone statue of some sort.
I open the door the rest of the way.
Bastra will be right behind Twinkle Toes.
Stone statues have never hurt us before.
You give a look, and you see that they are both very similar. Smaller, much smaller, but very similar to the ones that you saw in the main hall. These appear to represent knights of Aridin.
I know what happens. They swapped them. They took out the regular statues that were there and replaced them with some kind of construct they had.
Oh, actually, that's not a bad theory.
So these are like the original, like real statues that are supposed to be there.
Yeah, it's not a bad theory.
It's a good theory.
What would you all like to do?
Oki is vomiting profusely to get rid of the sickened condition.
Okay.
I turn back to Bastro and say, we fought some things that were like bigger versions of these while you were here, I guess.
So we're fighting statues?
Well, we thought they were statues, and then they sort of like came to life, and they were really
Aggressive.
hard to
Well,
defeat.
They're statues. They are really hard. Yeah.
Yeah. That's sort of the joke I was making. So good job.
Oski, eventually your sickness fades as you expunge any.
He also dispels Glutton's jaws, so the tattoos recede, and he's back to being a normal orc.
Bastro, do I? This feels a bit shallow to be asking you after you've undergone such a transformation, but do I look older to you? Like, I feel like I'm really old right now.
Let me take a look. And can Bastro use our recall knowledge to see what's afflicting poor Twinkle Toes?
Are you trying to identify the spell, or are you trying to identify what has been done to her?
Identify the spell. Yeah, that's what Bastro would do.
Okay, you can roll an Arcana.
Even better. Oof, not the best roll. That is a 21.
21. You're not sure exactly what spell has been cast on Twinkle Toes. But you do realize there's this kind of like, and if you cast Detect Magic, which you would technically need to as part of your identification, you realize that she is under the effect of some kind of curse. She has been cursed, which has apparently aged her.
I have curse lore. Would that be relevant?
Absolutely.
Oski, I think your expertise might be needed over here.
Yeah.
It seems like Twinkle Toes has been put under some kind of curse.
We all know about the curse of my good looks, Bastro. Come on.
Got him.
Yes. As long as you don't start eating people, that's I can deal with that curse.
So you look over at Oski, and he is vomiting profusely, and then the second he feels like that's done, he reaches into his bag, and I was eating a cookie a second ago, and I'm going to continue eating cookies to represent what my character's doing. He just starts, nonstop eating. He
also eating like chips and queso, so I'm also reflecting what Oski's doing.
He doesn't even hear you, Bastro, initially. He nothing you said registered.
Are you doing that like on the arcane symbol, like this thing on the ground?
Yeah,
like vomiting on it and eating on it. Yeah.
Yep. He is not paying attention to where he is, his surroundings. He is panicking because this feeling will not go away, and this is something that, it's incredibly triggering for him, and it's persistent. It won't go away. So he is in a very bad way right now. And that's very obvious to everyone around.
Hey, Will, how big is this banner of the skin saw that I'm looking at across from Oski?
Oh, it's your classic 8x12.
Classic 8x12. Kashak's looking to size up, how big, if you were to cut out the image of the skin saw mask from it, how kind of big that would be, and if that would be reasonable to stick in like his pack, or if you to put it like the bag of holding.
I'd say it's probably a good, like, it's a rectangle at the center of this rectangle, basically.
Sure.
So it's probably like 5 wide, 7 tall.
He'll cut that out of the banner with a single claw, just kind of scar it.
And if you go like right around, because it's not a perfect square, the symbol. If you go right around it, it's a little
like
bit
an alien
smaller.
head.
Yeah, exactly.
So he'll take that out, and then he will stuff that into his kind of pouch for later.
Sure.
Might be useful for describing things to people if they're early on that.
Is there anything written on the back?
In terms of bulk, nothing on the back. In terms of bulk, it's not heavy, but just in terms of the amount of space it takes up, it's like 2 bulk.
Is there a safe behind the banner?
It's just a lot of volume. Say again,
Sure.
Grace.
Is there a safe behind the banner? Is there a hidden door behind the banner?
You can certainly roll a perception check if you'd like to do so.
Yeah.
She's doing that. Bastro is definitely searching the spider creature.
Okay. Also, go ahead and roll me a perception.
20.
20. As far as you can tell, there doesn't seem to be anything. You're like feeling along the cracks in the stone wall, in between the bricks, pulling aside what's left of the banner. There doesn't appear to be any like secret compartments or hidden switches or doors back here. Bastro.
21.
21? Okay. So, this creature has a belt on it, and hanging off of the belt is some kind of lantern, like a handheld lantern. It's also got a glaive that is strapped to its back. It didn't seem to use that, though. It obviously preferred spell casting for its fighting. But as you're looking at that, you notice that there are a number of like small, like wrapped packages, if you want to call it that, in the spider webbing, where it was apparently layered up and hiding. Like this whole back wall is just floor to ceiling here, spider webbing. And there are parts of it that are thicker, some that you can like walk through, like Twinkle Toes did, that you can maneuver around. But there appears to be like this was like a nest of some sort, and there are like bundles that you can see that are like wrapped up spider webbing.
So Bastro would definitely.
What's that?
I said, things it was eating.
They don't appear to be like humanoid sized. It's smaller than that.
Oh, thank God. Bastro would definitely cast Detect Magic, and he would cast it height in the 4th level, so I would be able to pinpoint the... Let me read the level. As 3rd level, but you also pinpoint the source of the highest level magic. It's like for an imprecise sense. You don't learn the exact location, but you can narrow it down to a 5-foot cube.
I mean, you're able to find the bundles. Like,
yeah, I just want to know which 5-foot cube would have the highest source of magic. I'm looking for like magic stuff, basically.
Why must you do this?
Because I can.
I mean, I can tell you there is a bundle with the highest level of magic. Like, is that what you want to know? If you want to pick up that bundle?
and then he will search that one first. He just wanted to know where to start looking, basically.
Sure. You pick it up and you can feel immediately, like, it seems to be like a container with some kind of, it's a rather large cylindrical shape. It appears to be a container that has some kind of liquid in it, and it's heavy. It has some kind of liquid in it. You can feel the sloshing as you pick it up.
It's magical?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Richard Nixon's head from Futurama.
Right. Bastro will, should I... Twinkle Toes, can you, come over here and check this for traps, maybe?
I'm hoping you would ask me to do that, Bastro. I do that. I go over and I check it for traps.
Shock will see that you're looking through these things. Would you like me to just cut them all loose and we can look through all of them at once?
Just be careful. We don't know what this seer is capable of.
I'm sort of worried that you'll cut open one and then 1,000 of its babies are gonna crawl out, you know?
They're like trapped in webbing, like in the wall, right?
Yeah, or like along the ground.
So he's just gonna cut the webbing on either side of each one and just like collect all the different bundles and then bring them over to Bastro.
3 of these small bundles. Toyotas, you check the one in Bastro's hands. As far as you can tell, it is not trapped.
I start to unwrap it.
Sure. I'm gonna give a hero point to Jack. You pull the webbing away, and it is a heavy glass cylinder with metal caps on either end. There's like this translucent green liquid, and inside of it is suspended
Richard Nixon's head.
A brain.
It's Richard Nixon's head. Oh my god, that's hilarious.
There's a brain that is suspended in the liquid.
Amazing.
Your brain. Wait. Bastard's gonna look at the brain and kind of like this, like horror just creeps across his face, and he's gonna like start like moving his head back and forth, just making sure that everything's in there, you know. Yeah. Making sure nothing's missing.
Can I try to identify this brain?
Well, what's in the rest of the packages first? Let's
Sure.
look at everything.
The other two packages are mundane, like one is a leather bag, one is a burlap sack. In the leather bag, you find also magical, what appears to be 3 mechanical devices. You're not really sure. You'd have to identify what they do. But there are these 3 small mechanical things. One looks like a box with like grating on it. The other almost looks like like on an old record player, the phone piece. I don't know exactly what you call it, but the speaker of an old record player where it's like that curved bell.
Brass ear.
Yeah, kind of like a brass ear. A little bit bigger than the one that Baster has, but it looks similar. And the third is like a gem, like a red gem that is encased in a circle of a gramophone. Yes, a red gem that is encircled in a case of metal, like the same silver metal that makes up the gramophone and the box.
The absolute weirdest loot drop I've ever heard.
Yeah, this is bizarre.
What about the burlap?
The burlap sack has more potions in it.
Potions!
Yeah.
Blood potions.
Seems this guy was a fan of alchemy. So, well, you'll need to do an identify, but you find 3 more vials.
Three potions. Okay, shall we do an identify party?
It's gonna take you like...
So it's 60 minutes, seems like.
I want
Is
to
the gem,
check on Oski and see if there's anything I can do to help him.
is the gem magical?
Everything is magical.
So 60 minutes, because the brain, actually...
The mechanical
Well, that-
components are a set, so it'll take a single identify for the mechanical components.
Brain into mechanical devices, red gem, that's 30 minutes, and then 3 potions would theoretically be another 30 minutes.
There are 3 mechanical components. They're all part of a set. They take 1, the brain, and then the 3. So 5. Lantern is also magical, so that would be 6.
What about the red gem?
The gem is part of the mechanical components.
That's part of the mechanical. Okay. But then, yeah, the lantern. So we're here for like roughly an hour, like 40 minutes or so.
Unless you guys want to split it up, if you're in a rush, because you can split it up between the 3 of the people who can do it and do it in 20 minutes. If you
Did we accomplish everything we came here for? Like get Bastro, kill Seer, move up?
Did you?
Well,
I mean, that's up for you guys to decide.
I'm still trying to find more information on who this seer is and what their deal is.
Yeah, there's got to be more information in here somewhere about the seer.
We feel like we satisfied the search of the first room where we found Bastro in the first place. I feel like we might have rushed through it, potentially, but I was looking at everything.
How you doing over there, buddy?
You look over at Oski, and he is like crumbs all over his face, but he's finally set something in front of him, and he appears to be praying. And he has just clasped his hand to his chest, and he's cast lay on hands to himself, and you hear him muttering like, "It's not working. It's not working." But he appears to be like in that meditative stance, not necessarily refocusing. He's just, I mean, still kind of panicked, and he finally like hears you for the first time in however long it's been. He looks over and says, I don't know how I'm doing. I feel awful. I eat and it does nothing. That creature did something to me.
It sounds like magic, and I don't know magic. And
Yeah, Will, could I roll like a recall knowledge to try to identify the spell or effect it had on me?
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll an Arcana for me.
If it's Arcana, I can't do it.
Let me
It's untrained. It can be untrained?
Yes.
Well,
Recall knowledge can be untrained. Yeah.
I'd get insanely high on the roll, though. Can I offer you occultism or religion?
I wish you could. However, it is purely an arcane spell.
Can I offer you an occultism in your time of need?
I mean, I'll roll it. 5.
Bastard, you want to give it a shot?
Yeah.
Can I do it too?
Sure. Yeah. Anyone who wants to.
And at the same time, Oski, like looking at Twinkletoes, who asked him a question, let's say, did that creature do something to you too, Twinkletoes?
I do look old. Bastro, you lied.
You didn't say anything.
I'd like to roll a curse lore also on Twinkletoes.
Sure.
I got a 22 Arcana check.
22
Got a
Arcana.
25.
25.
Well, I got a 22 untrained. So.
It's a get wrecked, bro.
Yeah, fair enough.
Actually, yeah, that would have been higher had you been trained. Anyways. Both of you can tell that Oski has also been cursed. But Bastro, you would know that this curse, based off the description that he's given, is known as Feast of Ashes. They are cursed with insatiable, right? Insatiable hunger.
Food literally like is turning to ash in your mouth.
Do I know how to cure it?
Anything that could remove curse. Yeah. You would think that probably only lasts a week. Only. But again,
Weak?
Permanent hit points.
every day he will be taking 1d4 of damage that cannot be healed
Like, cannot be healed ever.
until the end of the curse.
Well, the curse is
Until the end of the... Oh, okay. Thank God.
That's still a handicap. Like, that's like...
It's just effectively dropping your max hit points without doing so. Yeah.
No, we definitely, Oski, we might have to go talk to JGF about this, because...
Would we know?
Last time that you went to talk to JGF, you got kidnapped.
That's
so,
why I said we should go
okay.
talk to JGF.
Okay, I just wanted to
Oski,
make
go ahead and
sure.
roll a curse lore for me.
Yeah, I rolled a 24 curse lore.
24, yeah.
Looking at Twinkletoes.
Perfect. This, again, curse. This guy was cursing you, literally. It's known as the Curse of Lost Time. It can be used on objects, constructs, or living creatures. In Twinkletoes' case, she is a living creature. So it essentially steals a number of years to weaken the body of the caster. Fortunately, Twinkletoes, it should only last about an hour before your vitality returns.
Oh, dope.
Which is
Cool.
good because you only failed the curse save. Had you critically failed, it would have been until the curse is removed.
Oof.
So,
So yeah, Oski shares that information.
Oh, sweet. So,
so you're gonna feel pretty garbage for the next hour, but outside of that, you'll be fine.
yeah, she went from. You said she only lost 4 years last game.
Did I?
Well, I was like, she feels like 40 years older, and you were like, well, 4 years, but.
Oh, I think I was saying that in like relative to halfling years,
Okay,
but yeah,
so never mind that. So 30 to 34.
yeah.
Still
Oh,
not great.
Old enough, like enough years to feel slower and weaker.
And Will, do I get the sense that the fatigued condition will last that entire time, like up to a week, or is that going to go away eventually? Because I have in my notes that I am fatigued until told otherwise.
Oh, that was from a different spell, I think.
Oh, it was? Oh, oops, I thought it was one and the same.
Wait, I'm just double checking. Yeah, this guy did nothing but status effects. So I apologize. I don't remember what every single effect is from.
I mean, we can just say it's gone if you want.
That's not how this works. You are no longer fatigued. Yes.
Oh, sweet.
Nice.
Okay, good.
The fatigued was a minute And then the rest of the effects was for that week.
What? Does anyone else need healing while we're identifying items?
Oh, no.
I could use some healing for sure.
I take it back. The fatigue
What?
for 1 minute is on a success. You are still fatigued until the curse is removed.
Okay.
I could certainly use a bit of healing. Can I be of any help in this identification?
I think identify might actually be trained. Ugh.
Where are we going after this? Are we heading back to our apartment to game plan or to talk to Isabella, or are we on the way to somewhere else? If we don't have to sit here and identify for an hour, I'd like to be on somewhere shore footing. If we don't have to be here to do this for an hour and a half, there's no reason.
Yeah, let's get the heck out of here.
Well, I mean,
Well,
I
what
definitely
if-
we need to investigate that statue room a bit more. And
So that's what Kashak wants to do for sure first.
And
while it's
I think
anything.
Baster would say we should investigate the items now, just in case there's like a clue in these items that may lead to like secrets about the seer or something like that, something we missed. So
yeah.
Fair enough. That works for me.
Because you can try to identify untrained. There's nothing in the identify magic that says you have to be trained.
Does it require a casting of detect magic?
Somebody else can provide it. Just
That okay. that makes I don't know how to work that out in my head, but that works.
Aster will take however much time he needs to try to identify everything.
I think that just represents somebody being able to tell you that it is divine magic or it is primal magic, and then you can go
Sure.
from there.
While the first 10 minutes of identifying is happening, Kashak wants to perception check literally anything in this room. Like he wants to know every nook and cranny of every chamber of this room, and
Sure.
and know this as well as he's known any room he's ever lived in.
You sizing it up to teleport back here later?
Yep. So first off the statue room, and then he'll just patrol the perimeter of the laboratory and try to understand every possible thing that was
Sure.
in here.
All of the invisible.
Roll me a
invisible
perception
objects
check.
that are-
You got Baster would say this out loud right before everyone starts doing their thing. Remember, no, he wouldn't. He would not say that. I'm
Then
gonna
don't.
shut up.
Good.
Yep.
Will, while all this is happening, I think the only thing Oski's going to be doing is refocusing and then casting Lay on Hands for whoever needs it. So if we could,
Sure.
you could just let me know how much total time has elapsed, so I can figure out how many
Right.
castings I can get off.
Well, it's going to depend on the identifiers.
Right, but that's what Oski's going to do though. Is he's
So
going to be
first-
refocusing and casting.
First 10-minute session. Bastro, what are you going for identifying first?
So definitely the brain. I'm more interested in that, but I do want to make it a case that Bastro will be refocusing as he identifies magic. Anything that has to do with magic, he uses that as a chance to refocus.
You're a laughing shadow?
Yeah.
How much HP are folks down?
Down 20.
Down 26.
We got 19.
26, 19. Okay, so that's 4
Sheether's
castings.
down 31.
The refocus ability does say that you can do
6
other
castings.
actions.
Oh, no, I know. Other actions that would apply to your magical means. I'll give you this one. It says magic is freeing, a means to an end. It's
Yeah.
the first line of description for laughing shadow, so I'll give you that one.
Yeah.
Noise. Cool. So I'll
And
refocus.
certainly if you're sizing it up to see what its combat uses would be, I think that would really fall within Magus. It's who can I hurt with this lantern or glaive or something like that,
The brain.
Twinkle Toes, what are you going for
Or this
first?
brain.
I wanna start looking at these potions.
Okay. Do you have craft?
I have untrained improvisation.
Yes, you do. I will continue to ask you about skills that you have because of untrained improvisation.
Well, but that wouldn't change whether or not she needs to be trained at something. That doesn't give her trained proficiencies.
Right. It does not say that
Yeah.
you have to be trained to identify.
Okay.
So,
That's okay. Perfect.
so Bastard, go ahead and roll me an Arcana or Arcane.
Brain.
craft for Twinkle Toes.
Okay. Natural 20.
Nice. I got 27.
27.
29.
So the brain is what is known as a brain cylinder. It is
Super killer creative name.
literally the magically preserved brain of a creature, still fully sentient.
So this brain knows that I'm like holding it.
Well,
I hope not.
you would know. The creature remains alive and continue to think, even though its body is dead. Usually it requires detachable modules that fit into the base of the cylinder to allow the brain to see, hear, or speak.
Devices.
So long as these are attached, the brain can speak and understand any languages it knew in life, though nothing within the cylinder compels it to do so.
Oh, this is what yeah, good call.
No, okay, that's awesome. And after you handle Twinkle Toes thing, Basher will identify the devices next.
Furthermore, it can, in fact, use intelligence, wisdom, and charisma-based skills. For the natural 20, I'll actually give you 2 of them. Save a little bit of time.
Yay!
Because you're just that good, despite having no alchemical training whatsoever. You've sampled a potion or 2
Just
in your
special.
time. You've sampled a potion or 2 in your time. Let me just...
I'm like comparing it to the ones on my belt to see if it like matches any of the
Where...
ones that I've got.
I just had it up. I have so many tabs up, and none of them are the page that I needed for the potions. No, not there. Here we go. You find a sinew shock serum.
Sinew shock serum.
This serum jolts the body to help shake off physical debilitations. When you drink this elixir, it attempts a counteract check. This is a lesser, so it has a +6 modifier to remove the clumsy or enfeebled condition from a single source, using the source of that condition to determine the counteract level DC.
You said or, so not both.
Correct.
He'll choose at the time.
You find also a Juggernaut mutagen.
Oh, cool.
After you drink this mutagen, your body becomes thick and sturdy. Excuse me. You exhibit a healthy glow, though you tend to be ponderous and unobservant. Benefit is that you gain a bonus to fortitude saves and a number of temporary hit points. This is a moderate, so you'd get a +2 bonus to fortitude and a 10 temporary hit points. However, you take a -2 to will saves, perception, and initiative.
I passed that over to Bastro because I think that'd be good for him.
Sure takes it.
So those are the 2 that you get. Oski, you get, obviously, your one focus point. Kashak, would you roll on the perception?
That's a 30 for the perception of the statue.
30. Statue room. It's interesting that you look at the statue room.
Oh, is it interesting to look at the statue room?
In the back corner here, you find under some more webs what appears to be a cauldron on 3 stilt-like legs.
This is where they were making the thing.
Furthermore, the statues appear to be exactly the same. Like, every single detail. Especially since you hunted one of them, or both of them, in the other room. Like, you know every facet, they're exactly the same.
And he steps into the room to go after the cauldron. It's like looking at both statues, like waiting for them to come alive.
Nothing happens.
Steps again, very carefully, silently. And then, how big are we talking for the cauldron? Like, can I drag it out of here or not?
Do you try?
Yeah.
The second you touch it, it pops up of its own volition on its 3 little legs.
And kills me instantly.
Oh, what?
And then it just kind of like nestles into you, like pushes its lip into your hand, and just like kind of nuzzles you.
Sean closes the door and runs away. No, I'm kidding. He like kneels down the way he like interacts with Sheethra and just sort of like
Or did when she wasn't twice as big as
looks at it and is like puzzled. Hi, my name is Kashak. Can you speak, or are you just a mole?
It just like bounces up and down on its 3 legs.
Okay, so you're just a mole. Do you want to leave? Can you come? And he like gestures, come.
Do you move back from it?
Yeah, he takes like he's trying to walk out the door like you would a dog. It's like, let's go this way. Let's do this. Yeah.
Follows you.
Oh my
He
god.
continues to kind of slowly while beckoning it. Hey, magic people, this thing is alive. We gotta figure out.
Is the cauldron big enough for me to sit in?
Is there anything in the cauldron?
There is nothing currently in the cauldron.
Okay, Twinkletoes is now in the cauldron for sure.
Well, I'm just not yet. I just want to know.
It's like almost big enough. Not quite, but almost big enough.
Dang. Cannot use as carriage.
Second 10-minute interval.
Kashak, what you got there?
Found a cauldron. It seems to be responsive to simple commands. It can't speak to me, or else maybe it just doesn't like me. I don't know.
Well, it seems to be following you just fine. So, I guess you have another animal companion. Congratulations, Kashak. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you. I'll go ahead and look up its statistics and add it to my character sheet. Is it like a spoon, or is it just an open bowl?
It is a cauldron.
It's just the cauldron. Yeah, okay.
I'm going to spend my next 10 minutes identifying the cauldron.
Okay. Bastro, you're doing the mechanical components?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and roll me an Arcana, both. Yeah.
Sweet.
And we'll take another 10 minutes for Oski as well.
Kashak's gonna come out to the main room and look like around the perimeter of that room.
The cauldron follows you,
I knew it was gonna be following me.
Twinkletoes attempts.
I'm so angry. Twinkletoes, can you follow me, or rather, I guess the cauldron following me to identify it? I really want to check out these rooms. I'm not ready to be a dad.
Yeah, of course. I'm also just gonna I'm gonna wrap my arms around it and see if it'll cuddle into me the way that it's cuddling it, if this is a transferable connection or whether it's bonded now.
Do you say anything?
I say, as I'm hugging it, I'm like, here's a good cauldron, stay.
When you say stay, you see that it sits back down and stops moving.
The weirdest thing.
Kashak then strides 15 feet to try to test it.
Doesn't move.
Okay.
By
Cauldron.
the way, Twinkletoes, take 24 HP.
Thank you.
Cauldron, come over here.
When you say that, it pops up and walks into 10
It's
feet
me in the
away
nose
from you.
as it says that.
Cauldron, over to Twinkletoes.
Nothing happens.
Cauldron,
it's-
come.
Turns around, starts walking
Okay,
to
so
Twinkletoes.
it's got simple
Really
commands.
basic commands.
Yeah.
Cauldron.
Interesting.
Shake
Somersault.
up. I don't know.
It tries to
Potion.
it tries to hop. One of its legs just kind of splays out, and it tips over to the side before righting itself back up. No, it doesn't do anything.
Do we name him Colin? Colin the Cauldron?
Colin.
All right, Twinkletoes, I think you probably have it from here, yes?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna do my thing over here.
Okay, go ahead and give me those Arcana checks and the perception.
22
24.
for me.
22, 24. The cauldron is what is known as a walking cauldron.
No way.
All right.
It has a land speed of 25 feet and can be suitable to craft potions, oils, and other liquids. As a single action, which has the auditory and concentrate trait, you can command the cauldron to either follow you or stand in place. The cauldron does its best to remain within 30 feet of you while following, but its ungainly movements are too imprecise to predictably directing combat encounters or other situations where seconds and precise locations count. It can carry up to 2 bulk of ingredients or other things, but if overloaded or if you put anything else in it, it just sits in place and refuses to move.
Yo, same.
Pete, could you like make some like soup to carry around with you in here? Like, since you're always
Oski
hungry?
perks up when he hears that.
Soup.
The mechanical components, Bastro, you identify, have a strong divination magic. And they appear to have a curved back. A curve that appears to match the curvature of the cylinder that you found. One apparently works to project sound. The box. One apparently is used to receive sound. And the third, the gem, is used to perceive light.
I am so stressed out about whose brain this is.
I know, right? Like, what the heck?
I have
It's
a
Hendrik Pratchett,
very
are you
important
kidding?
question. Oh man, that could actually.
It's Hendred? How did they get his brain?
I don't know.
I don't know. Anyways, Will, how
I
much?
want that
gold-
hero point later.
It's Dr. Forsyth.
Yeah, putting your bets out now. Yeah.
How much bulk is the brain and the devices all put together?
The devices are each light bulk. The brain itself is 1 bulk.
I'm putting.
Big. How big does this brain look? Does it look like human size or like gnome halfling size?
Roll a medicine for me.
Yeah, what's the mechanical size of the brain? Is it small, medium, large?
It's technically in between tiny and small, probably.
Probably.
Somewhere like
20,
the brain itself
30,
or the
20.
cylinder.
No.
Dirty 20.
Yeah.
You would think it's probably a medium humanoid. It's hard to say though. You're not like super like savvy on. You haven't cut many brains out or done many autopsies,
Yeah.
so you're not really sure.
I
but
don't look at it and think, yes, this would fit inside
it
my
definitely
head
looks bigger than
perfectly.
your head, but smaller
Okay.
than like Oski's head. So like,
So it's not my dad.
and
Cool.
it's definitely not a lizard brain. So
Bastro is 100% gonna start trying to figure out how the devices go into the cylinder.
yeah, so it's almost like magnets because as you attempt to like fiddle with it, the bottom ring, as you get close to them with the items oriented properly, they just like you see this electric sizzle that goes between
This
them,
is
and
so
they just
cool.
straight onto the bottom. Which one are you putting on first?
The one that lets it understand voices. So the one that lets it hear. I believe
Okay.
that's the one. Yeah.
All right.
That's
So
the
You
you,
did the speaker one, we just hear screaming.
you put the the gramophone on. Again, it snaps in. Nothing happens.
Bastro's gonna be talking to himself the whole time. Okay, so if that goes there, then this one, and he's referring to the one that lets it speak. He'll say this one must go here then.
In
Again,
the
And then-
background, it just hears, "Come, Cauldron, come." Oh, good boy, good boy.
once again, that electric sizzle just zoop, and it snaps in. And as soon as it does, you just hear, "Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Hello? I just heard you talking. I know you're there. Somebody put my mouth back on. Who's there? Go ahead, speak."
Do I recognize the voice?
Do we? Hello? Can you hear me?
Ah, yes, I can, and you are certainly not the monstrosity that has held me this far. What, might I ask, is your name, sir?
I'm Bastro. What's your name?
My name is Reginald Cornelius McAllister VII, Ninth High Curator of the College of Mysteries of Absalom. It is a pleasure to meet your acquaintance.
Hey.
And this is going to actually trigger a feat that I have, which is Glad Hand. A person that I just met, I can roll diplomacy to make an impression on them. I don't have to be a minute of talking or anything like that, like the normal make an impression.
Please do.
I do get a -4 though because I didn't talk with them for a minute. But
does it say person you just met?
It's God. You gonna make me look it up?
I'm just curious if this.
They are a fully sentient creature.
Will, what was that name again?
Reginald Cornelius McAllister VII.
Do I know that name?
You can roll a society.
I would love to.
So, first impressions are your strong suit. When you meet someone in a casual or social situation, I'm assuming this brain is a someone, you can immediately attempt a diplomacy check to make an impression on that creature. Rather than needing to converse for 1 minute, you take a -5 to the check. If you fail or critically fail...
social interaction? I don't know.
Oh my god.
I feel like this is casual.
Go ahead, roll it.
Me holding his brain in my hands. That's a good roll. Let's see. That's going to be a 24.
24. I can tell you're a good fellow. Would you mind putting my eye on?
Oh, sure. Ambassador will put the last device in.
And once again, it just zip and snaps right onto the base. Hello, Bastro. You are certainly a unique visage, my good sir.
I could say the same for you, my friend.
Well, touche. You good there, Jack?
Put the thing on the cauldron. Okay, thank you. Okay, good.
Go ahead.
Did you happen to encounter a rather large arachnid hybrid creature in your expedition in this place?
Was that thing talking to you?
I can speak with you as well. Could you, Bastro, could you turn me to see who I'm addressing?
Bastro's awkwardly, fumbling with this literal brain in his hands. And
what is happening?
Turn the cylinder towards Twinkletoes and the cauldron.
Hello, lass. My name is Reginald Cornelius McAllister VII, and you are?
Stunned.
Is that your given name or a pseudonym you've assumed?
No, my name is Twinkletoes. This is crazy. This is wild. This is wild right now.
I dare say this is a unique experience for myself as well, but I've learned to make do.
Wait. I walk over to Bastro and I say, Cauldron, come.
Yes, perfect. And Bastro puts the brain in the cauldron.
I love everything about this.
All right. I suppose I'll just sit in here now.
Are you unable to command the cauldron? I think it's pretty simple to tell it what to do.
From my best estimation, this is a walking cauldron, which means my two options are to tell it to come to me, which doesn't do anything, or to tell it to stay here, which is already what it's doing.
That's right.
So, while I appreciate the vehicle that you have gifted me...
It was clever.
We seal the cauldron.
All right, well, just be here then.
We throw the cauldron off a cliff into the water.
Not to my new friend Reginald, what's his face?
We give Reginald the Viking burial he deserves.
I rolled a 25 society.
Reginald Cornelius McAllister the 7th, 25.
The only Reginald I have in my notes is Van Kaskerkin, so.
Is the current counselor of the Arcanarium like Reginald, whatever the 14th? Like, can we know how far back it goes?
This is not the Arcanarium. This is, he specifically said, High Curator of the College of Mysteries.
College of Mysteries.
Twinkle Toes, you don't know this person specifically, but you have heard of the College of Mysteries. The College of Mysteries is the oldest, not the largest, but is the oldest magical academy in Absalom. Founded almost immediately after Aridin raised the Isle of Kortos out of...
Oh, wow.
It is virtually as old as Absalom.
As old as Absalom, yeah.
And you would know that the instructors are known as curators. So presumably High Curator is the step above that.
Would he be like the dean, or would he be like the principal of the school, like the leader?
There's a lot of unknown about the College of Mysteries.
All right, cool.
You don't say.
What do you mean?
Called
Yeah,
the
what do you-
College of
confusing,
Mysteries, so you're not really sure where that sits in the hierarchy, but it is higher than a professor.
Regular teacher, yeah.
Sir, what year did you begin teaching at the College of Mysteries?
Well, I started my tenure at about 807 Aridin Reckoning.
This guy's
30
3,900 years old.
Yeah. What?
35, I think. I don't know the math.
47
30 minutes?
one.
Yeah, it's 47. Yeah, so they're almost 4,000 years old.
And
Holy crap.
I do believe that I have not been conscious since my supposed death for that long. I believe my brain has been resurrected for some nefarious purpose by that creature. But here I sit and not in its hand, so I am grateful for the work that you have done.
Chuck peeks around the door and he goes, Are we talking to the brain? Is that happening? And he like sprints over.
His name is Reginald. Please be advised.
Bastro or Twinkletoes, might you pull me up and turn me so that I might address, or see who I'm addressing?
How big is the brain?
Yay wide. Yay tall.
Will put his hand in it
About
earlier,
half
so
my
he's
body. I can't pick that thing up. I don't think I can pick that thing up.
Bastro will pick the brain back up and turn to Kashak.
Bastro, thank you. Hello.
Right by Oski, who at this point also looks up and is staring at the brain.
Hello, my name is Reginald Cornelius McAllister VII, Ninth High Curator of the College of Mysteries. And who might you be? Please. Speaking to Kashak, who just spoke to him.
I am Kashak.
Kashak.
Yes.
You must be from the Moengi Expanse, then, yes?
Close enough.
Kashak, you look like you've never talked to a sentient brain.
He is highly suspicious of what's going on here.
Oski looks at the brain and says, hello, my name is Oski. I should not be looking at you. I'm sorry. And Oski's gonna leave the room.
Are you gonna hungry looking at the brain?
Yeah, eat his brain, dude.
As his stomach begins growling, Oski's like, I'm going to leave the room. And he's gonna continue refocusing in the other room.
I'm terribly sorry. Did I do something to offend him?
No, he's just hungry, and so best to be safe.
He's got to think about teachers. It's sort of weird complex from his childhood.
I will take that under advisement. Thank you.
So Reginald, you were a teacher for like magic. Can you?
Yes.
Can you still do any, or is that?
Oh no! I am unable to perform any material or somatic components of any spells.
What about if it's just verbal?
Well, unfortunately, I have not had access to my spell books in many years. I do believe that I have lost the touch, as one might say.
Is there any way, well, first of all, do you know what kind of object you're in, and is there any way to put you back into a body? Can we kind of Frankenstein this thing?
Oh, well, I'm not familiar with Frankenstein or any monsters that he or they might have produced, but I am not familiar. I do believe I am a brain in a cylinder, but we make do with what we have.
That's about it. Yeah, that's about where it is.
We make do with what we have and what we have been given, and thusly I will do the best with my current situation. But I am unfamiliar in the ways of necromancy. There was a bit of a anathema to my particular skill set.
Which
How do
one
you
is your
feel
particular
about
skill
being a-
set?
Oh.
Jack, what are the two opposites of necromancy?
I don't know it that way. Abjuration is against necromancy, and I will look that up.
Is it illusion?
Sure.
Like what are the opposites? Like
The
traditionally,
opposition schools.
like wizards choose their opposition schools,
Right.
but
That's not what I'm asking.
if you're talking like
That's
you know.
not Jack. That's clearly not what I'm asking.
like Google this in such a particular way. The two schools that are traditionally opposed to necromancy are abjuration and enchantment.
Enchantment. Yeah. Well, I was an enchanter by trade,
Right.
so I'm
Are
not
you gonna?
familiar with necromancy or any
How
ways of putting a brain back into a body.
how do you feel about being sentient now? Is that like
Well, philosophically speaking, being sentient is better than not, and I didn't have a choice. So since being given my sentience back, I would hope to keep it as long as I am able to.
all right?
That
So we
happens
will
for
not
sure.
be smashing your jaw.
I would greatly appreciate it if you didn't,
Purposefully.
though I have no recourse if you did.
That's true.
I am
Reginald,
completely and utterly at your mercy. Thank you.
Reginald, this was the creature you were referring to, right? And Bastor is gonna show him the dead spider thing in the corner.
Ah, yes, the Drider. Exactly. That's the one with the chest.
That's what it was. A drider.
What do you know about this creature, and what sort of interactions did you have with it when you were in its command or possession?
Yeah, what did he want from you? Did
Well,
want.
I believe he found my body somewhere in the catacombs in this area, and using some sort of necromantic ritual, he was able to create a brain and summon my spirit back into it through some necromantic means. He questioned me and prodded me for a number of alchemical and magical secrets of my time. Though I only did so much to help him. Again, most of his interests were necromancy, of which I have very little knowledge, though I did give him what I could, as I was a brain in a cylinder. I didn't have much choice.
He was consulting you for necromantic alchemy.
Eventually my help became mostly alchemy, yes. Again, having no knowledge of the deeper and finer points of necromancy.
Did you get any indication of why this creature was looking for such information? Was it mostly the hobby? Did it seem like there was any kind of purpose or objective that they were searching for?
Yes, well, he seemed to be morbidly curious with the creation of creatures that are known as flesh warps. Changing the structure and bodies of a creature to achieve an end, whether that is just merely improving their physical strength or mental capabilities. See, the problem he was having was that the flesh warping process is quite hard on the body and on the brain. And he was hoping to use enchantment magics to be able to bend the minds of his creations to his will. But he seemed to be stuck with the problem of creating the perfect body and never really got to the mind part.
Shock's like staring.
Astro, you're perfect.
You're
what
telling
you
me,
said.
Reginald, that because of you, he was able to create flesh warps.
Oh,
This,
no, he was
Drider.
fully aware of the necromantic means of creating flesh warps. He had a few of the failed experiments roaming around these halls. I suppose you dealt with them as well. No, I, again, had no part in the necromancy. He was merely perfecting his craft, and then once he had done so, he was going to rely on me to bend their minds to his will.
Okay,
But again,
gotcha now. Understandable.
he never got to that point.
Yes.
So I've been, as far as I can tell, without, well, sight or sound or any sense whatsoever for some time now, as he had never really gotten to the whole perfecting the body part. Well, here we are.
So, did he ever refer to himself as to like with a name or anything, or was he just Drider to you? Like, I don't know. Did he? Yeah.
Well, I did ask him, as I ask all the compatriots that I meet, what their name was, but he seemed to be adamant that he was unimportant, that he was but a seer.
Confirmed. The Drider was a seer or the seer. Cool.
So
But if he was like a
I'm gonna
necromancer,
stop us there because it's 10 o'clock.
yeah, so weird.
Yeah, I have so many questions about this interaction.
Thank you all so much
many.
Thanks, everyone.
for joining us for our adventures with the 4 Heroes of Absalom and Reginald. I appreciate your time.
And Christopher Walken Cauldron.
And Christopher Walken
That's
Cauldron.
good.
Uh,
That's good.
Thank you all so much. Go check out our YouTube channel. 2 more episodes of Jack's Dinner at Lion Lodge adventure. And we'll be back next week with Headshot the Rot, a Pathfinder 2e Paizo one-shot. Again, thank you all so much for joining us, and we will see you next time.
Four shot.
Bye, everyone.